What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Backwater talk. Davidlee, Holmescoleon once again in this jank. Fucking around, fucking around. So, they say young Noble killed himself. I don't think so. I don't think so at all, man. Cause man, when you listen to Young Noble, man, songs and shit, right? Especially since, what I'm saying, after, he been a grown motherfucker, grown ass man. Cause when he was an outlaw, that nigga was like, what, 18 and shit, 19, he was a young nigga. And he talked about, like, in certain interviews and shit, he talked about losing people. You know what I'm saying? He also talked about life. You know what I'm saying? How you supposed to keep going, and the adversities, how to, all kinds of shit. They might talk about a lot of shit, but within them conversations, he never seemed like he was on the verge of want to kill himself. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to one of his songs the other day, just to be honest. I was listening to one of his songs the other day, and he had said something in the song about living life, dog. About him living life. So, now, as I'm sitting there, I'm listening to that shit, I said, hold on, man. I had rewinded to the part where it picks up at when he was talking about living life and shit within the song and shit. So as I heard that shit again, I started thinking about the reports. You know what I'm saying? The reports saying and showing that he had killed himself. Allegedly, he killed himself, and he was found in what's that? I think they said a hotel. And then they supposed to find him like the next morning, right? So like, I'm like, and they said a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's what I heard last, right? So I'm like, okay, if he shot himself, why the body was discovered the next day by the maid? Why nobody next door, right? Then call down to the office and say, hey, I just heard a gunshot next door. You know what I'm saying? Or a motherfucker could have been walking past, right? Walking past the door. Wow. But what I'm saying is somebody was around to hear the gunshot. That's what I'm saying, right? But nobody ain't say shit. Oh, no. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit, far as I can throw this motherfucking house. Straight up, bro. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that man killed himself, man. For what I understand, he had a friend who had committed suicide, and he was talking about how fucked up that was. So if you had a friend that committed suicide, and you was against your friend committing suicide, how the fuck you gonna commit suicide? That just don't add up. A motherfucker like that, normally, they'll go through the bumps, the grind, the this, the that, the bitching, the complaining, the fights, some victories, some losses, all kinds of shit, right? But they'll never kill themselves. They'll never kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna tell it like it is, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I had a cousin that killed himself. I tried to commit suicide years ago. You know what I'm saying? When I was a young nigga though. Young and dumb and shit. Not thinking straight. But what I come to understand through all that type of business, when it come down to people who's in that type of realm, right? You got two types of people in that type of shit, man. You got one person who will do some shit to themselves and they really calling out for help, right? They're not really per se trying to kill themselves, but they're trying to kill themselves, right? So in other words, what I'm saying is they trying to get attention from someone, right, about whatever problem, whatever's going on in their mind, right? And then you have the other person who will wholeheartedly, dog, will go out somewhere and kill themselves. Don't talk to nobody. Don't give a fuck about talking to nobody. Don't want to talk to nobody. Yeah, don't want to talk to nobody. That motherfucker that made up his whole mind that, yeah, I'm finna go ahead and end it all. Do I think Young Noble is one of those type of people? No. Not the first type of motherfucker, and not the second type of motherfucker. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit at all. Was Young Noble hurting about certain shit in his life? Yeah. Just like everybody else that's living on planet Earth, gonna be hurting about some shit, man. Gonna take some major losses in this bitch, man. And I ain't talking about money. When I talk about major losses, I'm talking about people you really motherfucking love, dog. Motherfucking, not just relatives, but motherfucking close friends, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, dog, to really get a person, man, in your life, to come in your life, man, that's really genuine and really, really for real, like, I'm for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kicking it, I'm straight laced, I ain't gonna do nothing to fuck you over. We just gonna vibe, right? And along the way of the friendship, and we can help each other. We gonna help each other. We ain't gonna disrespect one another. We have a disagreement. We should have enough love for each other so we can sit down and have a real conversation, a rational conversation, without a motherfucker trying to kill one another. You know what I'm saying? Or taking what a person's saying out of context, instead of just really trying to figure out what's really going on. You know. But saying all that, I say this, dog. Once again, man, rest in peace to Young Noble. I know that man had a family and children, and he had some babies, man, that's artistic and all and stuff. So I know that's another thing. He talked about his babies. I can't see him killing himself, man. He know he has a baby with these type of medical conditions, and I know he out here when he was living, grinding for his wife and his baby, and try to make sure everything was okay. I just can't see a man like that taking his life. I just can't. Nah, it's some bullshit somewhere in the game, man. The devil's in the details. But, man, this Davidlee Holmescoleon, man. Backwater talk, man. Shit, man. You know, I guess I'll catch y'all on the next flip, man. So much going on in the world. For real. But, by me saying that, I must say this. Y'all stay safe, because, you know, y'all already dangerous, man. Peace.